Pompeii wakes early. The streets are already warm in the late summer air. Bakers open their ovens. Merchants arrange fruit and garum in the forum. Water flows from public fountains into clay jars. Above the city, Mount Vesuvius stands quiet. It has not erupted in living memory. There have been earthquakes. One major quake struck in 62 AD, damaging much of the city. Reconstruction is still ongoing 17 years later. Cracks in walls are familiar. Tremors are normal. No one believes the mountain is a threat. Shortly after midday, that changes. A column rises from Vesuvius. It climbs rapidly into the sky, higher than any storm cloud. Witnesses later describe it as shaped like a pine tree, tall trunk, spreading crown. The Roman writer Pliny the Younger, watching from across the Bay of Naples, records the sight. The column may have reached between 15 and 30 kilometers high. At first, it is distant, strange but not terrifying. Then, small white stones begin to fall. They are pumice, light volcanic rock full of trapped gas. They bounce off rooftops, scatter across streets. Children might have picked them up. Within an hour, the falling stone becomes constant. By early afternoon, the sky begins to dim. The eruption column feeds continuously upward. Ash and fragmented rock rain down over the city. Some residents begin to leave. Excavations show carts abandoned in streets, valuables packed hastily, jewelry found on bodies near gates. Others stay. Many likely assume it will pass. The pumice thickens. By late afternoon, several centimeters cover the ground, then several more. The rate increases. Modern studies estimate pumice may have fallen at 10 to 15 centimeters per hour during peak phases. Roofs begin to feel the weight. Pompeian homes are not built for sustained rockfall. Wooden beams support tile and plaster. Flat surfaces collect debris. By evening, the city is darker than night. Ash blocks the sun. Lamps are lit indoors. The air becomes difficult to breathe. Fine ash fills throats and lungs. People wrap cloth around their faces. Some attempt to move toward the sea. In Herculaneum, closer to the volcano, many gather near boathouses. In Pompeii, movement becomes slower. Streets are filling. By nightfall, pumice in some areas reaches knee height. Doors cannot open fully. Footprints preserved in ash show confusion, people changing direction, circling back, searching for family. Earthquakes intensify. Pliny describes buildings swaying violently. Inside homes, plaster cracks. Roofs creak under pressure. For many, the decision becomes impossible. Leave and risk being struck by falling stone. Stay and trust the structure above you. Some roofs collapse overnight. Excavations reveal victims crushed beneath beams and tiles. The eruption continues through the night. Lightning flickers inside the ash cloud, volcanic lightning generated by static charge within the plume. The sound is described as thunder without rain. By midnight, the city is buried under more than a meter of pumice. Visibility is nearly zero. Breathing is painful. In Herculaneum, around 1 a.m., the eruption changes. The towering column begins to collapse. When it collapses, it does not fall straight down. It becomes a pyroclastic surge, a fast-moving avalanche of superheated gas, ash, and debris. It moves at speeds exceeding 100 kilometers per hour. Temperatures may range between 300 and 600 degrees Celsius. Herculaneum is struck first. Hundreds sheltering in waterfront vaults die instantly. Many are frozen in postures of shock, skulls fractured by heat expansion. Pompeii remains standing for several more hours. The pumice fall continues. Inside homes, people huddle. Plaster casts made centuries later reveal families grouped together, arms covering faces, bodies curled inward. Few are alone. Sometime after 6 a.m., the eruption column collapses again. At approximately 7 a.m., a pyroclastic surge reaches Pompeii. The surge flows over walls and through streets. It penetrates buildings through doors and windows. Thermal shock is immediate. The surge passes. More follow. Several pyroclastic density currents sweep through the city between 7 and 8 a.m. Each deposits layers of fine ash. By late morning, Pompeii is buried under approximately 4 to 6 meters of volcanic material. Buildings remain largely intact beneath the weight. The upper floors of some structures collapse, but the city is sealed. Silence replaces sound. The eruption continues intermittently until the following evening. When it ends, the landscape has changed. The coastline has shifted. Herculaneum is buried even deeper than Pompeii. An estimated 10,000 to 20,000 people lived in Pompeii before the eruption. Approximately 2,000 bodies have been recovered. Many more likely escaped in the early hours. Some may have perished beyond the excavated zones. The exact number remains unknown. Over time, organic materials, wood, cloth, flesh, decay within the hardened ash. They leave cavities. In the 19th century, archaeologists poured plaster into Pompeii's ash. When it was cleared, shapes emerged. A man shielding his face, a dog still chained, a child beside an adult. These are not statues. They are impressions of absence. The eruption lasted less than 24 hours. No final stand, no warning, just ash. Today, the streets remain, empty spaces where people once stood, buried not by lava, but by ash and time.